Harry Shotta and Rebel Clash, as some of you would know him as MC Rage. I'm going to duck out and just let you talk for a second. I mean, Harry, obviously, my condolences, brother, and I'm not going to make it any worse than it is. But, brother, you've got memories and inspiration and everything from Skibba. So, the floor is yours, brother.
Obviously, just say some words, man. Boy, let me just, When I first see Skibba perform, when I first heard him, he was the one who wanted to make me MC to Jungle. I was a rapper. Hip-hop you get me? I love Jungle, I love the energy of it, but I didn't really want to spit to it. It was, I love Navi, Moose, all the man, them Ragga twins, you know what I mean? But it was when I heard Skibba and Shabba, I had this urge to suddenly, challenge myself to spit to that kind of music, because I love the music anyway, but I didn't rush into the scene. I literally was just doing tapes with friends and stuff, and then it was just mad. Someone said to me, there's a publishing guy, he said, is there anyone you want to work with? And I said, of course, Skibadee, you know what I mean? That's like my hero, man, do you know what I mean? And he made it happen, and I went to his studio. It was in Neasden at them times, and I met Akin and Godfrey and the whole crew, and I met Skibs, and instantly we had a connection, you know what I mean? There was a connection. He made me feel big about myself, bruv, like, because he was my hero, and he told me I was good, he told me I was hard, do you know what I mean? He put belief in, man, do you know what I'm saying? And then I went into the booth that day, put a verse down, and to be honest, from that day on, we never stopped. It was 2001, and we never stopped recording. We never stopped working. We become friends, you know what I mean? Family, more than friends, do you know what I mean? And people know, man, it was unks, with fun stuff, blessed fun stuff, do you know what I'm saying? Rough stuff. And then it went to SAS, and we toured around the world with my brother Storming as well. We lost, way too soon. And, it's hard, man, but I just have to, me and Shab have spoken quite a lot. And we just really want to fly the flag for him, man. I know everyone does, do you know what I'm saying? Everyone wants to keep his memory alive, because he touched so many people, bruv. Do you know what I mean? That's what I related to what Brocky was saying with the ravers. Like, that's why I keep going on Instagram, and I love reading what they're saying and stuff, and their own personal memories. Do you know what I'm saying? Because they feel it like we feel it, do you know what I'm saying? And I've just been, I don't want to make it about me, but the last few days I've been just walking around. It's just been madness. So it's so nice to come up and talk to people like who loved him the same way I did, do you know what I mean? Because I know there's so much love here and all around the world for him, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, most of the reason for this today was to get everyone together, because this is important. We're all hurting. I can see the pain, bruv. We're all sorry, mate. I know you was close, and I know you've done so much together, and it's heartbreaking for all of us. But brother, I know over recent times, you are like brothers, doing them things. When you go on them tours and that, it's only you against the world when you're away.
Yeah, it's the bond, man, as well. And like I remember, like we was doing a lot of shows when my son was born, and I was missing him a lot. And Skibs really helped me through that. Do you know what I'm saying? Just like, Shots, you're blessed to be in this position doing these shows, man. I know you're missing, but come on, man, we got to do this. He always had it. I look at a lot of photos. He always had his arm around me. He was always like the older to me, like a mentor. You get me? Like, and I think I was saying to Evil a minute ago, it's like me and Skibs never had one argument, man. We never, how much time we spent together, we never had one argument. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Not one proper. One time he shut me down when I was being silly, but like I'm glad he did.
He
do you know what I mean?
Didn't have any words left after all the lyrics. He run out of words. No,
do you know what I mean? So
listen, you're both. Everyone who's come on has said the same. Talented, lyrically, all of that, but a lovely guy. You're the same, Harry. Do you know what I mean? No one ever says nothing bad about you, because you're just a nice guy who's got this amazing talent. That's why you've gotten so well, because why wouldn't you? Do you know what I mean?
Thank you, man. Shabba does send love to everybody as well. Obviously, he couldn't make it today, but he says love to everyone here, man. Sends a love to all the man and everyone that's come out for Skibs today. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, respect. Thank you. Listen, I know it's tough, bro, but we really do appreciate you coming.
I couldn't not say no words, man. Do you know what I mean?
Respect, man.
Cool.
Respect. Moving over to Rebel Clash, Mr. Rage.
Yes, well, I just wanted to come down and just, like everyone else, just show my respect and send love and respect to his legacy. Like everybody else, the guy never said a bad word about anyone. In the late 90s, going to Germany, if you went to Germany, you was part of the UK team. If I never had nothing, he will come to my hotel room. If it was in Australia, if it was anywhere in the world, he was always part of that team. He always smiled. He never said. I've never heard him say a bad word about anything. The night could not have been, or the mic might not have been working properly. He still was going to vibe. So I just wanted to, just come down and pass, remembering Stevie Iper at Orange with The Minute You Walk Through the Door, hardcore, and seeing that impact, and then seeing Skibadee say SK, and then watch the rest of the world, the rest of the audience say his
Finish
lyrics
that,
back
yeah.
to be around in them early 90s and see the transition and what he's done. He's that generational love, man. There's not a council estate in the country that ain't grieving over Skibadee. It's generational what the impact that he left. And I heard some, he may not have released albums or anything like that, but you can't MC in front of a crowd for so many years without that impact.
Yeah, for real.
And the randomness of my missus buying something off of Facebook and being in Basildon at some random on Sunday night at a petrol station, and I walked in, I went, mate, you ain't got a toilet? He goes, nah. And then I could hear Skibadee on his phone behind the counter. We was in the middle of nowhere in Basildon.
Yeah.
And I just stopped for a second, and that was enough for me, because it showed you that where the impact. And but also love to the SAS and to Brocky and to all the Cool FM family and everyone that was around him even more closely than I am. They're man there. That's what I'm gonna say. So yeah, but yeah, man, blessings and big up to everyone.
Wicked, man. Thank you, Ali. Well, look, listen, if I tell you in this room right now, listen, there's a promoter in this room, Paddy. Between me and Paddy, we couldn't even afford this lineup between the pair of them. So honestly, everyone who's in here, guys, Ragga Twins have just sat down. Like, we can play music in a bit. Let's get a few little bits and bobs out. Is that cool with everyone? I don't know what's there's so many. I never had this many people on a show, so people got stories. The listeners and the fans want to hear, So Ragga Twins, the bat.
Yes. My voice is still messed up, man. So Flint, talk a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Rest in peace, Skibba. Yeah, it's been a hard week, but I just want to remember Skibba and the good times, all the places that we've been together, all the dance floors that we shared, and the people we entertained. The first time I heard Skibba was on Cool FM back in the early 90s, and I heard him on the radio, and I'm like, yeah. But when you're on the radio, because we've been on the radio a long time, when you're on the radio, a man can sound good. I just wanted to hear him in front of a crowd. And the first time I heard him in front of a crowd, he amazed me. He said about 2 words, and the whole place lift off. I can't remember what the venue was, but the whole place tear down, and I was like, yeah, this guy's gonna go a long way. You know what I mean? And he was just spraying lyrics, spraying lyrics. Different style to what we chat, because we do Ragga.
I was going to actually say that, Flint, because people always revere you and Navi and Demon and that as these guys that sort of evolved sound system to rave, but then Skibba and Shabba almost evolved rave to what we now know as UK. I don't know what you call it, you know what I mean? Because it influenced so many things. There ain't in that, but they brought a different flavour.
They did.
Did you notice that
at
the time?
We noticed it at the time. We noticed it at the time, but plus we heard there was a sound called Saxon in the reggae days, innit? And them guys come with a fast style on the reggae. So when them man started to do the fast style on the jungle, we knew about the style, but they done it differently, obviously in a kind of hip hop style. And obviously you had Det and Shabba that was doing it as well before I heard Skibba. You know what I mean? So it was them 3 really that was popping that style, but they all had a different flavour. And Skibba's one was more energetic when Skibba came with his fast style of chatting.
Yeah, his delivery and flow was like nothing before. I never heard, when I first heard him myself, I'd never heard nothing like how he came.
Yeah, I hadn't heard nothing like that. Yeah. There was nothing like that. He came and you know what I mean. And then talking to Skibba, saying that we inspired him, but he wasn't chatting Ragga. That was a bit weird. I didn't say, well, why aren't you chatting Ragga? You're just an MC, innit? You're an MC, so we inspired him to MC.
Yeah.
Because where we come from a sound system, man. We were DJs. They called us DJs back in the time. So when we moved over to hardcore, we were called MC. So to inspire him to be an MC, then
I think on the interview good. I did, he went to a roast and U2 was on a Navi, and that was his first ever rave, and he thought, I'm going to be an MC.
Yeah, that's easy.
Like 6 months later, he was the king.
Yeah, he always says it. He saw all us man up there, Moose, Navi, D-Man, me, all up there, tearing up the thing, and he was like, I'm sure he said he was working in the bar at Astoria. I'm sure that's what he said. He was working in the bar, And
He was a
like,
barman,
nah,
yeah?
man. He's like, nah, man, I should be in this bar, working on this bar. I want to be up there with them mans here, you know what I mean? And he done it, you know what I mean? So said, so done. And, you know what I mean? You got to respect that, man. And to do it over a period of time, man, so many awards and everything, man.
Top of top for 25.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's just greatness. That's what you call greatness, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was a phenomenal artist, a phenomenal MC. Like, as Flinty said, we heard him on Call. When I heard him, I said, yeah, this guy, if he carries on doing what he's doing, he will be one of the top MCs in our game. And over the time of the first, 6 months, you just saw his name on every flyer. There wasn't a flyer. After 2 years, there wasn't a flyer that he wasn't on. Some flyers even had him on there. He couldn't even make it, but he was on. You know, the people would come there, where's Skibba, where's Skibba, where's Skibba? No, sorry, he's not there, but hey, enjoy yourself. You know what I mean? He was on every flyer, every rave. I saw his name here, there, everywhere. And he took the scene by storm, you know what I mean? Because there was top MCs out there before him, but he come through and he had this resilience and this strength and this drive and this determination to be one of the to be the top, not one of the top MCs, to be. That was his goal, to be the #1 MC. And with the amount of awards that he got, you can see
Mate,
that
he's the
he
greatest
was.
of all time.
Yes, well,
Whether he's your favourite or not, he's the greatest.
I mean, I wish we could have had another 10, 20 years of him to,
Of course.
you know what I mean? But for what he achieved in the well, you could call it short, because I'd call it short, in the short career he had, because 20 years is not really long for someone that was so potent and so relevant to the game. And I just think, you know, he inspired a generation of MCs. Towards getting into the 2000s, everybody wanted to sound like Skibba. Everybody wanted to be Skibba.
But nobody could sound
but nobody, I couldn't chat them fast. I've been out of breath after 8 bars, you know what I mean? But, he just had a style. He was...
It was effortless.
Yeah, and he went on stage and he controlled the crowd and people singing these bars and rare, and that, sometimes you stand, wow.
Mate, how many people do you know can do one dog bark and lift off a rave more than any other MC? You only had to do a bark and
listen,
game
he
over.
can do some stuff that nobody could ever do. Nobody, you say some phrases, jungle power. Everybody knows where that comes from. But he had the charisma to pull it off. You know what I mean? And nobody would say, "Boy, that's an idiot thing." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it was Skibba and he used it in a way and incorporated it with his style that people say, yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, listen, I said it earlier. Yeah, the flowers around his neck and the Segway and all that when we was at Innovation made it look cool. I can't do that. I put flowers around my neck and the Segway, I look like a donut.
He carried Innovation in the sun on his back,
that was
bruv.
his home ground.
He carried that on
was
his
him.
back, bruv.
For real.
Yeah.
They should have called it Skibba in the sun.
7 days straight.
Yeah.
And he
Pure
was
sets
going,
as well. It wasn't even like an hour.
Man would just be down there. Man would just be on the dance floor.
He won't be on the bar and all. I think that's where we might have got that from in Innovation. No, he didn't really,
He'd just be on the dance floor and he'd catch our vibes. And next minute,
he's up.
What are you doing up
He's
here?
up.
You know what I mean? Give me the mic.
Yeah.
There you go. I'm tired.
Yeah, that was his home ground. That.
But when he steps up on the stage, you can't say, nah. Come in, man. Join the party, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's Skibba, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But don't want to take up everybody's time.
No, does anyone else want to jump in off the back of this? Yeah.
R.I.P. Skibba. We love you. We miss you. We never forget you. See? Bless.
Ragga twins.
Yeah, Fox. Well, of course you can sit down, mate. Yeah. So we've got MC Foxy in a place.
Mr. Growler.
Yeah, the growler. Right, you have to speak right into the mic, Fox. Yes, like a directional.
I'm sure I can do
into the
that.
front. Navi sitting in seat 1. as well.
My name is Gary Alvin St. John. I was born in Croydon in 1974.
We're all worried about the next bit, though, bruv. We're worried about the next bit.
I love you, Foxy, bro. I love you, my bro.
Can we get a spotlight on his face?
This is a police interview.
I love this dude.
There'll be no comment. My name is Gary Alvin St. John. I was born in Croydon in
Hold on, mate, let me
1974.
start the tape. Hold on.
Start the tape. As the kids, I was Henry Chest. No
Go on, bruv.
It's all a joke, but the 5th and the 6th and the 7th. I met Alfie when I was 15 years old on the estate that he lived in Waterloo. He was really quiet. I always thought he was a lot younger than me. I didn't realise we were the same age before we started doing this MC and stuff. He used to play football with the kids on the Adventure Playground. He's one of the baddest footballers I ever known. If anyone can attest to that, maybe Swift can tell you, but he's one of the baddest footballers I ever known. He didn't chat Ragga, but we used to chat Ragga. You know, Scrapper and Booger and them man there from Ashen World Sound. That's where we started from in Waterloo. That's where we started from. And he was always quiet, and I was a bit more wild. You wouldn't believe it or not. And I ended up in the West End.
Why? We're not having that.
And then from that, I knew Wild Child as well. So yeah, Emma, let's not even start. I'm going back to the West End, Clayton, before all of this music. Like I said, I'm going to cut it short. After Stevie died, God rest his soul, I won my award. He added my award. I was up against him and GQ. And the thing you have to understand about Alfie, he's a very consistent guy. He was always the same person. Everyone can say here the person they met the first time is the same person he was till now.
True that.
And he was a quiet guy, really, but he's exceedingly intelligent. I'm just amazed at all these guys here. A lot of these guys here, a lot of the older lot. When I say the older lot, Ryder.
That's a bit out of order. What's Ryder done?
First
Why
one,
you
the
pick on
list,
him?
Ryder.
He looked round the room first and all, and then thought,
Wow.
I got a bad neck. Yeah, I got a bad neck. I can't turn left. I might see Mr. Watkins, but it's cool. No, anyway, but no, you know what I'm saying. Listen, at the end of the day,
The elders.
listen. Before the music, before all of it, Alfonso, I knew him. He used to play football on the estate, Tanswell Estate, by Waterloo, right opposite Waterloo Station. He was on this road kind of vibe, but at the same time, he was really cool. He was looking after kids that were young playing football. That's how I remember Alfie. And his brother Joseph. And then now coming to the music, then when I won the award, like I said, and Dizzy's on the table, Paddy will tell you and all the rest of it, he's like, "Raw, we made it, we done it." We argued, we used to sit and argue, right, them man used to turn the mic down the area, we used to look up these men, we used to listen to, I got these men on tape, I got Demon Rock on tape, I got them man on tape, yeah, DJ Run on tape, yeah, listen, we know and respect our music, so he weren't coming from the reggae. But now, I'll be honest with you, in a lot of the people that have passed in my life in the last couple of years, and the places that I've been to with Demons or whatever else like that, like now, if there's one thing that I need to go forward for, it's for Alfie, but at the same time, being serious, I miss him.
Yeah, man.
I got on a plane. You want to talk about MC? I got on a plane. Them man will tell you, I end up in America, he will tell you. Ryder will tell you now. Fox, what you doing there? I got on a plane from here with £1 in 1999, trying to push this MC thing on the drum and bass in jungle, because in America it's a bit different. They didn't really deal with us MCs. They didn't really have the budget for it, they said. But they had the budget for us, and we'd be there. Ultra Festival, signing people's breastplates and shoes. Sitting down in Philly, in North Philly with J-Rad, and being in New York with Soul and those guys, being in Canada, and like it's kind of crazy. Like we're from the ends. We're all from the ends, all of us. All of us are from the ends. Everyone that's in this room, we're all from the ends. I don't know any different. I'm 47 years old. I don't know any different. My son was born into this. My son's 30. I don't know any different. But what do we do now? Stop crying and come off the mic.
No, of course not.
I'm going to drop it and say, you know what, Skibadee, I love you. I love everyone that's in there.
Yeah, big up
And-
Foxy.
For the heart, folks.
Big up Foxy. Big up.
I wear my heart on my chest.
I know, brother.
But it is what it is. I don't know nothing else. I don't know anything else. I've just all my whole life. I don't know nothing. We don't know anything of me. We don't know anything else. He could have been a banker. I'm telling you, he could have been an accountant. Him and Groove.
Hold on, Skipper would have been looking after Groove's money.
I'm gonna leave now.
Right now, yeah. You're a superstar, you know. You're a real superstar, my brother. Yeah, for real.
We love you. Where's Ryder? Come, Ryder. Come,
Let me bring. Let's bring Navigator in.
Come on, Pad. No.
Yo. Sweet the noise there, right.
His shoulders
So
down the way.
in front of me now,
My
I've got
brother,
the
man.
legendary 1-to-1 for me, Cool FM days.
1-to-1.
Mappy Swift Navigator in the place.
Wow.
Guys, the floor's yours.
Wow,
Take it away,
man.
guys.